Hey folks, Mark with Hemingway's Tractor. Thanks for stopping by. It has been a while. Hope I haven't kept you waiting too long, but now that things are getting later in the year, it is now basically summer here in South Texas. Last week we were still getting down into the 30s overnight. Actually, night before last we were in the 30s overnight. Today we're in the mid 80s. Tomorrow supposed to be the upper 80s to low 90s. So spring's gone. We're already into summer. Anyway, I thought I'd show you what's been going on the last couple of months just to get you all caught up, and then we'll move forward from there. You might remember we planted a few fruit trees a few months back, and they're doing quite well. This first one here, this is a Kiefer pear. We got this from Trees of Antiquity, and it came as a stick, and you can see that it's doing quite well. A lot of leaves out on it, and I think it's going to like this spot here. Plenty of sunshine. We'll get a little bit of shade in the afternoon, which it can probably use with all the heat that we have down here. Over in the corner here was where the large stack of rotted firewood was up against the fence. We put a little temporary fencing around here to keep the critters out, and put in a couple of 4x8 planters, raised bed planters, and have turned this into our grape arbor. This first one here has some Niagara grapes, and you can see this one's coming out quite well. A lot of leaves. It's doing well. The other one is also a Niagara. It's a little bit behind the first one. It does have some buds, and I'm sure the leaves will be breaking out this week, but it's just a little bit behind his brother there. The second planter, this is a Concord, and it also doing quite well, leaf producing, and I think it's going to take off. And its brother, again, another Concord, is a little bit behind. He does have some buds coming out, but nothing has broken out yet. Maybe with this 90-degree temperatures we're going to get this weekend, maybe he'll come out as well. In the back, up against the fence, got some blackberries, and they are nice and leafy, and I think they'll do well here in this spot as well. You can see I put a little fencing up to keep the deer out, and used a 16-foot cattle panel to make this arched arbor. So once the grapevines get up and we get some leaves covering it, this should make a nice spot to come out here, put a chair, sit, have a glass of lemonade or some iced tea, and just enjoy the shade when the temperatures start getting high, and they're going to start getting high pretty quick, I can tell you that. And this is the small fruit orchard that we put in. This first tree is a nectarine. You can see the blossoms are out on it. It's looking good. The peach trees are slower than the rest. They do have some nice buds all fuzzed out here, and I'm guessing that, you know, probably in a week or so that will break free and it'll be up to speed with the other ones. Now the Metheny plum has just gone bonkers. It has produced quite a few buds and is leafing out at this point. I'm thinking that we have a good chance of getting some fruit off this for a first-year tree. That's just amazing. We'll look forward to it. These trees, all four of these, came from fastgrowingtrees.com. They came pretty much as full trees, potted. They weren't bare root. The pear tree we looked at first from Trees of Antiquity, that was a bare root tree. But these came potted, and got them in the ground, and they just took off, and it's looking good. And like I said, there's a good chance that we're going to get some fruit off this for a first-year tree, which is just phenomenal. This is the other peach tree. Again, like his brother, he's got some buds coming out here, and they should be breaking free here pretty quick. One of the things that we've had done recently, we had to replace our roof, and when the roofers took the gutter off the front of the house, it was about a 40-foot stretch of gutter, one piece. They tried to do it with just two guys, and what they wound up doing was bending it in the middle and then Of course, when they tried to put it back up, did the same thing and created a hole, ironically, right at the step to the front door. So that wasn't going to cut it. So they had to replace the gutter, and when they sent the guys out to do it, I asked them if they would cut the old gutter up into 4 pieces for me, and then they also put some end caps on it. They don't match, but that's no big deal, because what I'm going to do with these, they're going to be turned into planters. The first one for sure, and maybe an additional one, is going to be a strawberry planter. And what we'll do is we'll wind up hanging it right here on this this piece of fence once we get it put together, and I'll probably be doing a video on that next week or so, and get some nice strawberries growing up and show you how to do that. Real simple to do. It's an easy, quick project. If you don't have used gutters of your own, a 10-foot stretch of gutter at Home Depot, I looked last week, was $10. Then you have a couple extra bucks because you'll have to buy the end caps for it and some hangers, but you know, I would say for under $20 you could have a planter for whatever you want. Hang it on a fence, hang it on the side of your house, on the side of your garage, stick some posts in the ground and hang it there, just about any place you want to. It's easy to do, and it makes a nice little project. One of the other things we did was we put in a rain catchment system on the back of the shop here to catch some rainwater and be able to do irrigation for the garden with that versus using the well. Well water is fine, but there's quite a few minerals in it, and I think rainwater will actually be better, more beneficial to the garden than the well water will be. The only problem is we have had almost no measurable rain here in months, and so this tank is in, but it has nothing. We got a little shower the other day, and it didn't even fill up the first flush pipe here, which the rain comes down, fills that up, gets the debris out of it, and then rises back up and goes into the tank. So we'll see. We'll see if we get any rain so we can actually fill up the tank. We have got the majority of the garden in. It was a little disheartening. We got it all in on a Tuesday night, and armadillo came through and dug everything back up. And I had 18 tomato plants in the ground. He dug them all up, lost about half of them. Fortunately, when I started the seeds for these, I had quite a few extra to give to friends, and just had to cut back on what I was able to give away so I could put mine back in the ground. We did fix his little wagon though. The day after that happened, we put in a electric fence, and it just runs around the garden completely. One lower level, one upper level. If he comes back, he's going to be in for quite a shock, literally. And it's been about a week and a half, and we haven't had any issues since then. So I didn't mention when we were looking at the grape area, he did go back there the day after he hit the garden and started digging in the raised beds back there. So I just took some chicken wire and stretched across the top of the raised beds, and that's kept him out. And I don't think we're going to have any more issues with him. So that's where we're at this point. Like I said, we'll be doing some stuff with these gutters here real quick and get things back on track. Once again, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you again.